Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today some of the game's coolest archer units duke it out on the grasslands of Arabia as Liereyy, playing as the Armenians in green, prepares to take on MbL, playing as the Vietnamese in red. Now the players heard their herdables explore their immediate surroundings and try to get their butts up to Feudal Age ASAP. Not a bad opportunity for us to take a look at the Civ matchup we are going to be watching today. The Armenians, primarily an infantry civilization, to start with. Their infantry do come with extra line of sight, and most of them, almost all of them, are available in Age earlier, which means in the Dark Age, Armenians have access to spearmen, longswordsmen, and pike in Feudal, and champions and halberdiers in the Castle Age. Now, these very same infantry units, except for those spearman line units I just mentioned, can be upgraded to get a plus 30 HP boost. Oh, he's going for the sheep. Oh, look at that little maneuver out of Liereyy. Didn't lose control of the deer while getting access to the sheep. Fun little bit of micro there. Now, as I was saying, their infantry, except for spearman line units, can be upgraded to get a big plus 30 HP boost. And their first unique unit is the Warrior Priest, an infantry unit that blurs the line between Man of War and Man of the Cloth, because it can actually heal friendly units, gather relics, while also kicking ass. To support their slower moving bipedal army on the battlefield, the Armenians can field a second unique unit, the Composite Bowman. This is a foot archer whose attack ignores all the armor of all land units except for siege. Now, in order for the Armenians to get their military-industrial complex up and running ASAP, when they build a fortified church, the first one comes with a free relic. Their mule carts are 25% cheaper, and all mule cart technologies are 40% more effective, which means more productive Armenian miners and lumberjacks. Now, as he pulls his boar, pushes his deer, gathers his wood, not a bad time for us to take a look at the Vietnamese, very much an archer civilization with rather access. My goodness, my apologies. He sometimes gets so lost trying to watch the deer because they are so darn stubborn. Very much an archer civilization with access to two cool archer units. The first, the Rattan Archer. This is the second fastest foot archer in the game. Comes with a decent attack and a massive amount of pierce armor that makes it very, very hard for most, I'm looking at you, Armenian, but not all, archer units to take on and kill it. Now, the second is their other unique unit, the Imperial Skirmisher, a better armored version of the already cool Elite Skirmisher that comes with a higher attack and bonus against foot archers and cav archers. And that's right, I did call the Elite Skirmisher a pretty cool unit because I think it pretty much is. Now, if that's not enough archer units, any unit that comes out of a Vietnamese archery range automatically comes with 20% more HP. Think Vikings and their infantry. That same principle applies to the Vietnamese and their archer units. Now, to support their range units on the battlefield, the Vietnamese can actually upgrade their elephants to come with a massive 100 extra HP, and they do get the conscription upgrade free of charge. So once they hit Imperial, if we're lucky enough to see this game go that far, they can start pumping out huge quantities of military. Now, to afford the cost of training their ranged units, their hopefully battle elephants that we get to see, all economic technologies for the Vietnamese cost no wood, are researched twice as fast as normal, and their lumberjacks, where are you? There you are, can be upgraded to generate a small trickle of gold while they cut down their trees. Now, unlike other civilizations that have features and bonuses designed to keep them safe from raiding, the Vietnamese actually have one that allows them to raid a little bit more efficiently. Take a look. Let's see MbL's line of sight. Ooh, do you notice something? As the Vietnamese, you start the game knowing exactly where your opponents are located on the map, so you can make basically a beeline straight for your opponent's base. And it looks like Liereyy maybe went a little bit off course, or maybe this was all part of the plan, just doing a bit of a wide arc exploring right now. Ooh, his scout takes a little bit of archer fire from the villagers that have been practicing their bows and arrows on Sunday. Escapes pretty much with 90% of his HP left. So those are the two civs we've got in front of us. Two unique units apiece. One with infantry with extra HP, one with elephants with extra HP, one with an archer unit that pretty much has Huskarl level armor, one with an archer unit that basically doesn't give a rat's ass about your Huskarl level armor. Already MbL. Ooh, bit of a secondary wall off. Doesn't go as planned, but doesn't need it. Shenanigans beginning. As MbL channels his inner Viper, gets the scout. Might want to delete one of these palisades so he can use two villagers to attack. But with Loom, this scout is basically donezo without taking out any opposing units. And first blood drawn by our Vietnamese, who guns down the enemy scouts. So Liereyy knows where MbL is, but that's pretty much about as far as he's going to get. Did manage to see where the barracks is located. We'll see if that does him any good. For now, saw the berries. What else did he see? Ooh, not much else. Didn't even see the gold. But he's in Feudal Age, and another stable is following. So a good time for us to take a look at the map, because the attack path between the two bases, pretty much an open A to B. I don't see any forest coverage here, except maybe one forest to the north of our Armenian base, who has a decent forest coverage. Not gonna lie, nice little triangle shape, easy to wall off to the south. The forward position, the north, a little bit more open. But where are his primary resources? Both stone and gold, nice and secure to the back. Extra gold off to the left side north, and extra stone off campus here to the top right. MbL, first he channeled the Viper and caught himself a little bit of a scout treat. Now he's channeling Mystery O with these massive wall offs. And okay, so he does not want to deal with the Armenian before he's absolutely ready to. Primary gold, unfortunately for him, exposed to the front. Extra gold, extra stone to the back, as is his primary stone. So lots and lots of stone to the rear, and gobbling up this big chunk of the map means he has managed to catch himself a little bit of extra gold, a little bit of extra wood. His forest also in a triangle shape, but his entire forward position completely open, which is why he's undertaking a massive construction project at the moment. Who got the better of that fight? It looks like the Vietnamese scouts just barely eking out a little bit more HP damage than they take. And where is his third gold? It is up top here. Okay, so one player, full on Howard Hughes, walling himself in literally at the 11 to 12 minute mark of the game. No exit anywhere. I don't see a gate. I don't see nothing. Does this barracks extend to the yeah, there is in fact a pine tree right there. Whereas Liereyy, who has seen a little bit of the wall off, saw a few villagers, I'm assuming, constructing the wall off, is now becoming similar minded. And so doing the exact same thing. 5 army count to 3, villager count identical. Liereyy with the more mobile, more larger army. But MbL, for the second time, is going to poke and prod and see what he can discover on the left side of the map, as he himself, I saw, plop down in archery range. Does he have a secondary structure yet? Yes, he does. Where is it? Why can't I see it? What am I missing? There it is. My apologies, the stable. Man, sometimes I have a little bit of trouble, depending on the architecture style, where the buildings are located, determining exactly what's what. But no, that's a stable. That's an archery range. Units are being produced. Actually, all 3 buildings have been used now to produce and train units. And our Vietnamese has equaled the army count. He is training 2 more. Liereyy is not training a single military unit right now. He's owing up to 300 food. He is mining his gold. And so we'll see if this is in fact a quick-ish castle play for him. His army is here on the outside. Spearmen might want to move a little bit in the forward position as opposed to the rear position where they are now. Because there are a few weak palisades here that might come under attack. But no, never mind. MbL pivots to the north. Sees the spearman, sees the scout. Oh, is he going to lead them away on a... No, never mind. I thought he was going to lead them up to the north while his archer and spearman combo came here to deal with this wall off. Now, of course, in Age of Empires, it looks like there's a tile here. There is, in fact, not. It looks like there's a tile here. There is, in fact, not. Welcome to the MC Escher of RTS games. Archery range going up for our Armenian as well, who with the blacksmith and the stable also has the requisite buildings to go up to Castle Age. Liereyy, by the way, light years ahead of MbL in terms of resources. He's got double the food, double the gold. He is all about that spearmint gum today, is our Armenian. What was the old commercial about the double the fun, double the pleasure, double mint gum? In any event, he is ahead 1 villager. MbL is still training 3 at a time. Liereyy just needs a few more chicken nuggets. There we go. And he is on his way to Castle Age with an army here that is probably designed to catch reinforcements. Who's kidding who? He suspects maybe that this army is not going to be enough to penetrate. And to be fair, with 2 villagers repairing the palisade, might want to send you on farming. Oh, no. I was going to say send this guy on farming duty and bring this villager, but she's also badly injured. That being said, this palisade is still standing. MbL has not managed to penetrate the base. He now has the resources himself to go up to castle and clicks up. About 45 seconds behind his opponent, about 55 seconds, not exactly the end of the world, especially since he's the one putting on the aggression on the other side of the map. Fletching getting got for our Armenian. I'm assuming the second he hits the next age, it is going to be the old Bodkin crossbow combo. Although, maybe not, because he doesn't have a single archer unit. Okay, Hungry Wolf, who is he going to attack? From the high ground, oh no! The wolf did not get the kill. The glory going to the spearman. Oh, but he got that kill. The wolf got the kill. Oh, and then unfortunately does die. So a hero wolf with 1 kill. Absolutely epic so far. And here we go. I guess Liereyy realizing there's no reinforcements that come in. There's no spearmen here because the spearmen are all up to the north, where hungry wolves and I don't know what else, spirits and goblins and orcs, oh my, are waiting for these scouts. So he just jumps right in. Now the spearman is here. Why is he not attacking the spearman with his skirmishers? There we go. And Liereyy clears up the army, immediately plops down a second TC. Not a bad location next to some wood, gold, plenty of room for farming. And MbL, okay. I don't know if he's on patrol or he was sending this army out and then realized, hey, I don't have an army on the other side of the map anymore, so why would I risk it? Is a few seconds away from Castle Age himself moving out. I'm assuming a TC, yeah. Anytime players kind of delete their palisades next to a big old patch of resources, especially one with a big old open space like this, you'd best believe that it is a town center. A third one for him as well next to Stone and Wood, which is a good location. Lierey's going to discover the TC. Fantastic scouting out of him. And now those skirmishers are going to find perhaps some juicier kills than a spearman. These archers are not going to last very long, but the skirmishers are going to last even less against the knight. Okay, so a bit of killing for both players here in the center of the map. Kill counts identical, 8 to 8. Mother Nature with a 1. Not that wolf, of course, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh, preemptively kills the wolf. Does MbL does not want to lose another to a agent of nature. 3rd TC for Liereyy, castle for Liereyy as well. In a very rear position to protect this gold. Very interesting. Now, we did see that he has both patches of gold here off to the left, which usually makes it a very good attack path for his opponent. Unfortunately, for MbL, he hasn't seen the extra patch of gold here, and so his army doesn't really know to attack to the rear. So wondering if it's how this castle will play out. Will it be a little bit too defensive? Will MbL play offensive? He is currently getting farming upgrades and going up to cav archers. Okay. Now, I've said this before lately, that the new meta seems to be cav archer play. Cav archer, cav archer, cav archer, nonstop. Doesn't matter what civilization you get. If they've got a man on a horse with a bow and arrow, it seems to be the unit de jour. And especially for the Vietnamese, whose cav archers immediately come out with, instead of 50 HP, they just automatically come with 70. Oh, my apologies. I was looking at the bloodlines. No, instead of 50, they automatically come with 60. And then if you add bloodlines, it goes up to 80. 80 HP on a Castle Age cav archer. Castle finds not a kill, but okay. I guess the composite bowman find a kill. All right, so we are seeing composite bowman. That's a good little confirmation here that my intro was okay about 2 cool archer or multiple cool archer units possibly coming out. Let's see an Imperial skirmisher. Let's see some rattan archers. Dan archers might be a bit of a pipe dream right now with only 100 stone and 3 villagers on stone. That being said, I don't know. Composite bowman taking on cav archers? MbL is housed and has been housed for a little bit. Oh no, not again. I thought I saw a building under construction here. What am I seeing on the minimap? What is that little red square surrounded by a white square? I thought that's something being built. But MbL is very dangerous to being housed yet again. And he is in fact housed again at 75. As he sends this army very slowly, tethered to the slowest unit here, the monk. So they're not going to reach very quickly. Oh, converted converted elven archer does fall. Speaking of, first episode of season 2 of The Rings of Power. Absolutely terrible. I think I introed one of my videos with saying I had incredibly high hopes after seeing the trailer for season 2 of the Lord of the Rings show, The Rings of Power, but unfortunately, I was yet again disappointed. Hopes were high, expectations were, let's be realistic and call them medium level expectations. But man, oh man, did that first episode absolutely, how do I put this gently? It sucked. It was not good at all. Anyway, you're not here to listen to my Siskel and Ebert review. For those of you old enough to remember who those two people are, no, they're not Muppets. Here we go. One mangonel should be enough to shoot away the composite bomb. Remember, the only land unit that does not have to deal with archer ignoring attacks is a siege unit. And so these composite bowmen are going to have to fire pretty much normally. Oh my god, what an honor guard for a single relic here. He sent out that entire force just to gather a relic? What is MbL doing? He's going up to 7 cav archers, for some reason all in one archery range. Okay, there we go, pops out. There's that 60 HP. Where's the bloodlines? Okay, 40 seconds away is bloodlines. He is going up to 2 relics. Our Armenian is expanding to the rear. Has discovered a neutral patch of stone, mining it very far away from his TC. I love that. Although probably would be better to mine this one first because it's the riskier one. And sorry, did these units just teleport? My apologies. I'm going to do something I almost never do. Yeah, they teleported. My god, what is going on with this game? Boink. 2 to beam up, Scotty. By the way, speaking of terrible shows, I started watching Star Trek Discovery, and that was also disappointing. Anyway, enough about disappointing TV shows. Our Armenian is rushing his butt up to the final Imperial Age. MbL still needs 500 food, so okay. Kill counts 11 to 9. Our Armenian has managed to pick off a villager. The wolf has managed to pick off a spearman. But in terms of conflict, not exactly a lot happening in the first 30 minutes of the game. 20 kills. 21, I guess, if you want to count the wolf, who I guess all traces of that have disappeared. But that basically means that we are in for some nice Imperial Age battles here. I'm gonna say we're probably not gonna see Imperial Elite composite bowman, just because it's probably one of the most useless upgrades. Doesn't really improve the stats that much on the unit. Ouch. So I'm not exactly expecting the composite bowman to, pretty much aside from getting the final armor and attack upgrades, I don't really expect to see the elite, but I do expect to see some heavy cav archers, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 60 HP plus 20 for bloodlines plus 20% on top of the 60 is 92 HP, which, by the way, is free of charge. Sometimes you when you're discussing cav archers, you always have to, an honorable mention goes to the Turks with Sipahi, which is a Castle Age upgrade. So you can technically have 90 HP cav archers in the Castle Age for the Turks, but for the Vietnamese, that extra 12 or 10 HP is automatic. Okay, sees the castle going up for Liereyy, immediately moves his cav archers. Liereyy is in Imperial. Immediately brace her conscription chemistry. Remember, the Vietnamese will get conscription for free. And they are focusing on something other than villagers right now. Okay, the villagers break. One of them falls. Is it the mangonel that got the kill? No, it is not. More conversions for our Vietnamese. MbL absolutely making an amazing attempt here to teeth villagers as one more moves forward and another one to the left. But oh, I mean, very cocky move out of Liereyy to bring these villagers. Composite bowmen are picking off these cav archers so well. Okay, one more has been brought. One final, maybe one? No, 74%. No way final. MbL's not going to let this castle go up. You're going to have to bring more than one villager at a time. Liereyy continuing to trickle in one villager at a time. What the hell's he doing? MbL, by the way, has expanded here to get some neutral gold as well. But MbL has retreated a little bit. Was this all part of a trap, an elaborate trap, so that Liereyy would bring in more villagers while you set up more cav archers of the north? The ones to the right are rushing back in. Castle's at 84% now. Now things are looking a little bit more dicey here for our Vietnamese. This castle's going to go up. Why did MbL stop contesting this? He had so many cav archers, but we saw how quickly these composite bowmen, now they attack on an 8. 80 HP. There's the heavy cav archer upgrade. So once that completes, that HP is going to jump up to 92, I believe. Which means 2 more arrows, 2 more volleys from the composite bowmen are needed to kill it. So they do have a little bit more longevity. MbL, what is this? Sneaky, sneaky rear castle here. But he is losing a good amount of cav archers. Army counts are identical. MbL, though, his economy about 25% bigger than his opponent with a 23 villager lead. Heavy cav archers. Was I right about the 92? Yes, I was. Good to know. Good to know sometimes, you know. If no one's gonna pat you on the back, you gotta pat yourself on the back a little bit sometimes, you know. Attack-wise, fully upgraded armor is absolutely terrible. Has revealed his castle as it guns down a villager. Another one runs away. Somehow that villager survives, even though our Vietnamese has ballistics. And look at these villagers cowering in the back. Oh my goodness, they're so scared. They do not want to move out. Where is any kind of defense? Okay. Armenian is moving in to try to protect these villagers, but these foot archers are going to move very slow. What is this? What is happening on the map? Light cavalry from the Armenians are streaming forward. Rattan archers are out. And with their extra chunky armor, they're going to be pretty safe underneath a town center. But let's see what happens here. Will MbL discover? He discovers the villagers up there. Now he's engaging into the composite bowman with way too few of his units. Why is he only fighting with a third of his units? There we go. Both players do not want to go into the gully. They do not want to go into this flat, low ground, but no, Liereyy goes into the low ground. But does he have enough composite bowmen here? It certainly seems like it. Holy shit, they're pretty good at taking down cav archers. Even with the extra 12 HP, these cav archers are getting wrecked right now. And look at that, Liereyy secures his western perimeter. Unfortunately for him, his center has been breached by a bunch of Rattans that are now fighting skirmishers. Not too sure what happened to all of Lierey's light cavalry. It looks like a bunch of them died. We'll have seen that in picture. And now his castle is under attack. Holy moly, behind this. No wonder MbL is so willing to throw away units. He's got a massive army coming forward. No fewer than 8 bombard cannons, heavy cav archers as well. Attack-wise, fully upgraded. They're going to have more armor now. That leather archer armor. Leather archer armor? No, that's not what it's called. Yeah, it is. Fine, bud. Rattans continue to stream forward. This one alone has 7 villager kills. These have 5 villager kills. Bombard cannons working away at the TC. And what does our Armenian have to deal with this? He's got a bunch of Castle Age units. He's got skirmishers and light cavalry. And that's what you get. MbL. Holy, the follow-up. I was wondering why he was throwing away his army here. A little bit too, you know, cavalier. Not the unit, but the attitude. But he busted in through the rear here. Holy moly, how many villager kills at the end of the day? 41 villager kills. And now he's 41 villager kills ahead. So the exact number that he killed is the exact lead that he has. Unless my math is completely wrong, right? 8 and 33 is 41, yeah. I mean, take away the 2 that Liereyy killed of his and you're at 39, but whatever. We'll pretend the numbers work just for the sake of having fun with this. But the follow-up army, holy moly, you are 1 upgrade away from being fully upgraded, because the Vietnamese, unless I'm mistaken, do not get Parthian tactics. So the extra armor that comes with that is not available to them. But 8 bombard cannons, a mass of 92 HP heavy cav archers, an attack that draws a half of the Armenian army. And by the way, the powerful half, forget the skirmishers. Skirmishers, as cool as they are with their attack bonus, archer 4, cav archer 2, that's 6 extra damage to a unit that has 12 extra HP. So again, you need 2 extra volleys, unless my math is completely wrong, which somebody in the comments let me know if it is or not. If you're so inclined, always happy to be proven wrong and figure out the truth. But I believe that means 2 extra attacks are needed to kill this unit And the skirmisher, by the way, fires at a ridiculous rate of 3-second delay, whereas this one fires 1.8. So almost twice as fast as the firing rate. Plus, you're not really going to approach with skirmishers when there's 8 freaking bombard cannons on the way, gunning down your infrastructure to the center. So Liereyy made a valiant effort to get to Imperial. Again, wondering about this castle. I get the need to protect your rear gold, but I'm wondering if it should have been maybe more in the forward position. And all is made clear. This was a fun battle here at the end, towards the end, where neither player really wanted to give up control of the hill until Liereyy says, you know what, I think I got you on this. And then he just moved his army forward. But look at the numbers at the end of the day. Liereyy is not even broken 130 population MbL, despite a few housing situations, a few questionable moments in the game when he couldn't train any units, economic or military. Does ultimately hit 200 population with 4 more heavy cav archers, 2 more monks being trained. He's gone up to 4 relics. He's surrounded his opponent to the south. He's pressing in the center. This is MbL at his peak. Multi-pronged attacks, and even though he took the worst of the engagement, ultimately this army here is just uncontestable. Absolutely uncontestable. The Vietnamese economy, 1, 2, 3, 4 town centers, 2 castles, to 3 town centers, 3 castles. Used to be 4. Oh, look at this villager just standing so sadly in the middle of this rubble. Just like, I guess this is, I guess if it was a male villager, I would have said this is Jaime Lannister looking for Cersei amidst the rubble of the Red Keep. But maybe in an alternate universe, Cersei is the one looking for Jaime in the rubble, and then Tyrion, there he is, comes along and finds his brother and sister. In a very, very eloquent and sad scene at the very terrible last portion of Game of Thrones. Man, season 8 sucked. Anyway, let's take a look at the numbers. Enough of my review of TV shows. 62 composite bowmen, 78 heavy cav archers. Something tells me the composite bowmen take this. A few rattan archers thrown into the mix. Some monks. No monks for Liereyy, at least not the ones in the peak of the training hierarchy. APM maxed out right at the beginning of the game, APM towards the end of the game for MbL. So again, microing his heart out. MbL, I mean, this is a peak form MbL right now. About 10% bigger economy if you remove the relics. For 4 relics, short game, only 1100 extra gold. Food and stone going to our Armenian. Okay, I mean, the composite bowman doesn't cost food, right? I think it costs wood. Our Vietnamese getting wood and gold. There's your cav archer play. 3 conversions not really playing a role. 2 raisings not playing a role. One of those, by the way, is a castle. And at the end of the day, 41 villager kills, but MbL just both, I think, militarily and economically slaughtering more of his opponent. Just inserting little random units. When your opponent isn't really defending at home, his stables are kind of in the forward position, jutting out into the map. Brilliant location for a castle to secure the gold behind it. And all of a sudden, you've got these rattan archers who, they don't need to be elite, because even now they just come with a basic 6 pierce armor. Against the town center attack is going to keep them pretty nice and safe for a little bit. And those, I believe, go up to 10 pierce armor. Not that a composite bowman would care. Did he go up to elite? Also not gone up to elite. But like I said, this is probably one of the most useless upgrades in the game, is the upgrade to go from regular composite, standard composite bowman to elite composite bowman. Very, very little improvement to the unit. And so until they change that, I don't know if I would recommend. If you don't have the resource, you want to focus on something else. Liereyy does die a rich man here with a lot of food in the bank. But unless I'm mistaken, neither of these civilizations gets Hussar. So the Castle Age Light Cavalry unit is pretty much as good as he's going to get. And by the way, only +2 armor, no attack upgrades on this unit. So things are becoming a little bit clearer. MbL poking and prodding and pulling this Armenian base apart. The Armenian, not exactly the fastest civ on their feet. And so with the composite bowman having to swing all the way to the back and then all the way to the front, did give MbL an opportunity to just mass up a huge army, crush the castle, and now he's moving out to the center, and there's really nothing that our Armenian can do to stop this tide of 44 cav archers. By the way, 0 kills. 44 cav archers, 0 kills. That just shows you how fresh-faced and shaven they are. 5 archery ranges, only 5 archery ranges. A little bit surprising there. I thought it would be at least 8 to 10, but doesn't really matter. One castle falls, a second is about to fall. 1,000 stone for our Armenian means he can repair it all the live long day, especially on the high ground, but maybe not against 8 bombard cannons, even though there's only 6 here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess you can't see the one behind the cav archers. There's only 6 here. 2 more are, I'm assuming, making their way forward somewhere on the map, but it doesn't really matter. Castle down, army pulled left, pulled south, pulled up to the top. Our Armenian just cannot respond, and now when he finally does manage to put out a little bit of fire over here, a little bit of fire over there, in comes a mass of 44 cav archers, 6 forward bombard cannons, and there's literally nothing our Armenian can do right now to contest this. No hussars, basic light cav with very few upgrades, and now the 3 archery, actually 4 archery ranges out of 5 are going to be pretty much demolished in the blink of an eye. An archery range is not a castle. It is going to fall very quickly to these bombard cannons, and so I think Liereyy realizes there's no way he can put up any kind of resistance, especially not with 200 wood in the bank. That's enough to rebuild 1 archery range and not much else. Taps out, lives to fight another day, and it is MbL setting fires in the rear, setting fires in the center, starting with a castle push, and finally just lighting a huge flame in the center of the map, who takes the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.